In a quiet neighborhood, there lived two men who seemed very different. Ryan drove an old Honda, wore simple clothes from discount stores, lived in a small, modest apartment. His neighbor Derek, brand new Mercedes, designer suits every day, large house with a gate and security cameras. Everyone in the neighborhood knew Derek was successful, wealthy, made it. He looked like money. Ryan? They felt sorry for him. Poor guy, they whispered, still driving that old car, still renting that small place. But there was something nobody knew, a secret that would shock everyone. One day, Derek threw a big party, invited the whole neighborhood. He wanted everyone to see his success. New furniture, expensive wine, catered food, everything perfect, everything on display. Ryan came too, in his usual simple shirt, his old worn shoes, standing quietly in the corner. Derek saw him and laughed, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Ryan, still in those same old clothes?" The yard went quiet. Everyone looked at Ryan, waiting for his reaction, expecting embarrassment. But Ryan just smiled, a calm, peaceful smile, and said something that changed everything. "Derek, would you like to know what I do for a living?" Derek laughed again. "What, do you clean offices, drive for Uber?" Everyone waited for Ryan to feel small. Ryan pulled out his phone, opened his banking app, turned the screen toward Derek, and the room gasped. $8 million in one account, just his checking account. Derek's face went pale, his mouth opened. No words came out. The room was completely silent. "I own 17 properties," Ryan continued calmly. "They generate passive income. I don't have to work anymore." Derek stood there in his expensive suit, his new Mercedes outside, his big house with its mortgage he could barely afford. And suddenly, everyone saw the truth. Derek looked rich. Ryan was rich. That old Honda Ryan drove? Paid in full. No car payment. That small apartment? He owned the entire building. Derek's Mercedes? 5 years of payments left. His house? 30 years of mortgage. His suits? Credit card debt. "How?" someone finally asked. "How did you do it?" Ryan smiled. "I'll tell you. 20 years ago, I had a choice. I could look rich or I could become rich. I chose to become rich. While my friends bought new cars, I bought my first small property. While they went to expensive restaurants, I cooked at home and invested the difference. While they upgraded phones every year, I kept mine for 5 years and bought another property with the savings. They laughed at me, called me cheap, said I was wasting my youth, just like you did tonight, Derek." Derek looked down. His expensive watch suddenly felt heavy. His designer shoes suddenly felt tight. "The difference," Ryan continued, "is that you're trying to look like a millionaire. I actually am one. Your Mercedes impresses people for 5 minutes. My investments pay me while I sleep. Your house impresses your neighbors. My properties house my neighbors, and they pay me rent every month. You work to pay for your lifestyle. My lifestyle is paid for by my investments." The party was over. Not officially, but everyone felt it. The truth had walked into the room, and it changed everything. See, here's what Derek didn't understand, and what most people never learn. The world celebrates people who look successful. New cars, big houses, designer everything. But looking successful and being successful are two completely different games. One game you play for other people's approval. The other game you play for your own freedom. Ryan could have bought a Ferrari, could have bought a mansion, could have worn Rolex watches, but every time he wanted to impress someone, he asked himself, "Is this person going to pay my bills in 20 years?" The answer was always no, so he bought assets instead of applause. Derek, on the other hand, spent 20 years collecting compliments, and they left him broke. That Mercedes got him attention at stoplights, but Ryan's properties got him freedom for life. Here's the hard truth. Every dollar you spend to look rich is a dollar you can't use to become rich. Every luxury car payment, every designer purchase, every expensive dinner to impress someone, that's your future freedom you're selling. The silent millionaires? They're silent because they're too busy building wealth to announce it. The loud millionaires? They're loud because the image is all they have. Take away the show, and there's nothing underneath. 20 years from now, you'll either be Ryan or Derek, rich or rich-looking, free or trapped. The choice you make today with every purchase decides which one you become. So here's the question. Are you building wealth in silence, or are you performing wealth for an audience that won't remember you in 5 years? Which path are you on, Ryan or Derek? Comment below. And if this changed how you see success, hit subscribe. More truths coming every week.